Hi everybody, how are we all doing? I hope you're having a good week so far. So today is Thursday, the 9th of October 2014. I just went back 4 years, I don't know why. Ignore me. Yeah, 9th of October 2014, present day, I'm here, don't worry, I'm still alive. Well, you all know what I'm talking about. You all know what this video is about. Arrow has returned. Season 3 has started. We started off last night with the calm. Felicity and Oliver go on a date. We find who else? Detective Lance has now been promoted to captain. We have Thea. Well, actually, I don't think we actually saw Thea in this episode. Roy has an awesome costume, and can I just take this moment right now, because I did this on Twitter last night, but I just want to take this moment right now to recognise and big up and say big thanks to the stunt team on this show, because watching last night's episode and the way that both Colton Haynes and also Stephen Amell were just moving around with all their choreography and their fight moves and stuff was just superb. And why the hell, even now we're into season 3, why this show has not been recognised for an Emmy award. Still, somebody at Emmy needs to have serious words with themselves, but the guys at Arrow deserve it fully. They, you know, just watching the way that the characters were moving last night was just superb. So to the stunt team and everybody else involved, well done, that was awesome. Peter Stormare features in this episode as the new Count Vertigo. We find that he's actually somehow modified and synthesized the drug to the point of where Oliver is fighting. Well, Oliver dressed as the Arrow is fighting Oliver dressed as himself. It's confusing, but when you watch the episode, you'll see. So very, very interesting on that part. So yeah, we're back in Starling City. I'm going to get to him in a moment, but first I just want to discuss a bit more Diggle and Lila. Of course, we know that at the end of season 2, Lila's pregnant, and they do have their baby. It's a little girl, and oh, it's just Daddy Diggle. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. But it was cute. It was very cute. So yeah, so anyway, the episode itself, as I say, we're 5 months have passed. As I say, Detective Lance has now been promoted to captain. Everybody's you know, pulling together after the events of what happened at the end of season 2 with Slade Wilson's army, and you know, Oliver, Roy, Sarah, Nyssa and the League of Assassins all taking down those men. Obviously we saw Thea going away rather with Malcolm Merlin, but this episode shows you what's happening after all of that. Oliver's trying to have a life now, but he becomes a target and then realises that he can't actually have a life, or that he shouldn't have a life. You know, there's even a point of where he's telling Diggle that, you know, Diggle doesn't need to get involved in his crusade anymore. This is now all for Oliver to deal with. You know, Diggle's going to be a father. He's got his new life. He's got his life there. You know, go be a dad. Don't worry about me. Let me deal with this myself. And, you know, but Diggle's standing his ground. He doesn't want to be put to one side. And, you know, it's all that bromance thing between the pair of them again. So that for me was quite interesting. But I think the star of the episode was none other than Brandon Routh playing Ray Palmer, aka the Atom. When we first see him in the episode, he's pretty much a nerd. He is just a bona fide nerd, because Felicity, obviously now that Queen Consolidated is no longer belongs to Oliver, Felicity has a day job at a hardware, like a, you know, a electronic store, PC store kind of thing. So it was very strange seeing her in that environment, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, but yeah, Ray Palmer shows up, not revealing who he is to begin with, but he somehow manages to coerce Felicity into revealing certain things regarding Queen consolidated and such. Not that I think she revealed to him or that he asked directly about Queen consolidated, but he did say that he was on the market for someone who works in IT for his company as such. But when we then later find out in the episode what he really did, and then he's introduced, well, I say he's introduced, he introduces himself in front of the board at Queen Consolidated, including Oliver Queen. That's when Oliver was like, oh, right, so that's interesting. And at the same time, Felicity was like, you used me in a way that I never thought possible. And then we later on see towards, you know, in the episode where she properly, she was pissed off. Let's just put it that way. The way she berates Ray was just brilliant. And I basically tweeted, I said, word of advice, Ray, never piss off Felicity Smoak, because you will lose. And he lost. But it was brilliant to see that the coming together of these two, you know, nerds as such. It was just awesome. The episode, the way that it ended, was a real shock to me. A massive shock. Didn't expect it at all, and it reverberated throughout the internet. I mean, a lot of people on Twitter in particular, and you know, it was just shocking. I predicted what happened at the end of this episode to have happened in season 2. You know, and if you've watched my reviews for season 2, you'll know what I'm referring to. But even so, it still shocked me. See what happened. So yeah, we'll see what the aftermath is come next week's episode, which is actually titled Sarah. So we'll see. So with that in mind, yeah, brilliant start. Obviously the flashback episode, the flashback involved here. Oliver wakes up in Hong Kong. He was brought there by Amanda Waller, who obviously that's where he meets her for the first time. We see a couple of interesting characters. Katana being played by is it Railu Fukushima from the Wolverine, and I can't remember who plays her husband now. Is it Rick Yale? I think he's called, or Rick Yoon, something like that. And he plays her husband. It's all, oh, just watch it is all I'm going to say. Very interesting. So I would like to see exactly what happened to Oliver whilst he was in Hong Kong. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, and overall, really enjoyed it. Thank God it's back. Now I can enjoy my TV now. So Monday's Gotham, Tuesday's The Flash, Wednesday is Arrow, Fridays will be Constantine come October 24th. Yeah, so it's all coming together. Pretty much a whole week's worth of DC TV shows. It's unbelievable. Never thought this was going to happen in a million years. What about the logo at the opening for the opening of the intro, of the theme of the show as well? It's quite interesting the way that they've changed. Well, they've added a new sort of emblem as such to the arrowhead, and obviously I think that's in relation to one Ra's al Ghul. So yeah. Exciting times ahead, people. Exciting times ahead. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. See you all very soon. Bye.